Yo, what's up, family? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. All right. So we all good. We all good. Well, we up in this thing, uh, begrudgingly, but we love these pals, man. But this was an ass whooping we got tonight. But nonetheless, stepping in for Big Q. Um, He's able to be with us right now. Having a little technical difficulties getting all the commercials and everything to roll out. So we just gonna go ahead and start the show like this. So what's up, everybody in the chat? All the flockers in the building. Got the wonderful Lexxah Drew up in this thing.
What's up, DC?
What's happening? And we gonna get on into the meat and potatoes of this massacre we just watched with the Pelicans versus the Dallas Mavericks, which ended in a loss for us. And a score, I guess, that looks a little better than what it really was, which was 136 for 124. Dallas Mavericks, in my opinion. First off, I just want to say I love my hometown teams, but it is very sad today as both of them losing in very, very, what's the word? Uninspiring
Um,
ways. It ain't always whether you lose
the-
or not, but it's how you lose. And we both, we done both took the cake today. But Alexa, you go ahead and point out a few things you saw before we get to these team statistics and start really breaking this down. Got anything you want to tell the family?
uh, I suppose. Um, if I must, you know what I'm saying. But I think one thing that I see right off top is that you know this Pales team is just playing too laid back. It's like, do you all know that you're on a 5 game losing streak? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know, like, do you all like losing? Like, after I think the first one or two losses, it's like, let's play harder. Like, let's go all out. Just try it. Really go all out with your effort, with your energy, winning those 50-50 balls and just getting after it. Like, you can't be comfortable. We say all the time that there's a lot of talent on this team. And that's with even, guys being out. There's still talent on the floor. It's like, you all need to do more. I don't know. I don't know what the message is behind the cameras or in the locker room. But it's like, I I would have a problem with this, a serious problem. Like, on Tuesday, like, you all need to come in and just have a totally different mindset on how you approach this game. Like, you should jump down their throat. Like they talked about your mama or something. I don't know. Like, it's just, guys are too comfortable. And I've said many times, I'm looking at Willie Green, he's too comfortable. No, it's just too laid back for me. I got a problem with that. It's like, what moves you? Do you all feel anything? Like, where's that passion? Where's the conviction? And obviously I know you have to make shots. It's more than just energy and effort. You got to go out there with a strong game plan. But then that's the next thing. I don't think the game plan is very strong. I don't know if you noticed, but I feel like the game plan is the same as the game before and the game before that and the game before that. It's like, I think it's about time to change up this game plan. You need to take that game plan and throw it out the window and do the total opposite. Total opposite. Like, it's not working. It's broken. So you have to change it. If it's not working, you have to change it. And you can't be afraid to change it. What are we trying to do here? Are you trying to win? I don't see adjustments being made. And if they are being made, they're not big adjustments. It's like, I don't know, just go out there and run around and act like you're playing the game of basketball, but they're just not major adjustments. I'm trying to figure out what they're talking about on halftime, but I mean
Yeah,
that's just what I see. It's kind of frustrating because I'm seeing the same thing every night. I don't care who's out on the floor. Like
exactly.
something is wrong with the game plan. Something is wrong, and I understand things take time, but it's like the whole purpose of bringing in James Borrego was for the offense to get better. Well, now we're seeing that because the offense is discombobulated, we're seeing that, and it's affecting how the team plays on defense. So we're not seeing our top 10 defense like we did last season. You see what I'm saying? Or the first half of last season. Let me say that. But we're
Yeah.
not seeing that because the offense is in such disarray. The defense is off. It's a chain reaction. Everything is affected. And you're not putting players in good spots. You're not utilizing the strengths of each player. Their strengths are not being utilized correctly. And sometimes I don't even feel like any plays are called. So, I mean, it's a lot of things, but all this stuff plays in together. It plays in together. Really, everything needs to be thrown out. Go back to what was going on when we were in the top 4 seed from last season and work from there. That's what I would suggest.
Well, that's going to be kind of hard to do, Lex, because we got a new offensive coordinator and co-head coach in James Borrego. But
But look at it. Look at it, DC, man. It shouldn't be this bad, man. It
it should
should
not.
not be this bad. I mean, it looks like they have forgotten how to play basketball, how to make basic plays.
Well, I don't think they've forgotten to play basketball. I think it's a simple thing. We call it in sports, juju, or you got to get your mojo or your swag. Like the Pels have been robbed of that. And I think it comes down to belief. It's something
Yeah.
I
Well, I don't
think
think they're
they're being
confident.
told, or it's something I think they're being told inside of the game plan or how we're trying to play now that they don't really believe in, or they don't think it
Exactly.
can work. So it's like,
It's instilling confidence. And the thing is, obviously, they're not going to tell the media. They're not
right,
going to show that. You can't do that. I really do feel, they're trying to be professional. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Zion and I hear what Zion is saying, but that dude does not look like himself.
no,
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he doesn't. And I mean, obviously, even coming into the season, we've seen in his face that he's been very short. He's been very serious. I think the thing is like things are just out of whack right now, man. And no one is really believing in that philosophy. Whatever that philosophy is, nobody's really believing in it. They're going along with it because again, you have to be professional. But it's like, how long is this going to last? When the losing starts piling up, how long? Like, who's going to break? Who's going to start throwing
we
something
are.
in the locker room?
Well, those things could already be happening, and we just don't know. Um,
Yeah,
it's
that's true
obvious
too.
to me that the when I look at Bi and Zion, they both just coasting on through the game. Like tonight, for instance, we're gonna get to the team statistics, but I and player statistics, but I do want to point out just something that was just like mind-boggling to me. You got a game like this where we're down the whole night, right? Now Zion
Yeah,
played 27 minutes. Bi played 31 minutes. No CJ McCullough, right?
yeah.
We don't have Trey Murphy, right? Najee came
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Larry Nance is in and out of the lineup because he got banged up tonight, right? And
Yeah.
Zion takes 11 shots and Bi takes 17.
And that's not good.
What's going on? So it's obvious to me that they trying to figure it out. I don't think the players are really feeling certain aspects of this new offense, or maybe they're pressing too hard to try to do certain things inside of this new offense, and they're not able to do the things that they're comfortable doing. Or
Yeah.
maybe when they do some of the things that they're comfortable doing, they're doing them at the wrong time. So they might score and get some points, and coach is like, but we're supposed to do this, or da 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 da. Borrego saying that something is definitely going on because it's all discombobulated. You can almost feel the synergy just being sucked out of them just watching them on
Yeah.
TV. I couldn't
It-
even pay attention to the whole game fully. It was that dead. It's hard to
yeah.
to watch. It's not even a good product to watch right
Well,
now at this point. Like there's no point in this game. Not any point outside of
no
maybe the first
passion.
six
There's
minutes where I
nothing.
thought the Pels could win. The first 6 minutes of the game is the only time where I thought, well, maybe they could win. After those first 6 minutes, there wasn't a moment where I thought they could win this game.
I think one thing that I've noticed is that we're not really getting, well, I've said this before, and we noticed this like in the past as well. Zion goes too many long stretches without even touching the ball. That's not good. Like, he's a juggernaut on offense. His gravity is really great. What he can do is really open up for the team, but he's not really able to do that for whatever reason. And obviously you can't do that if he's not touching the ball. I mean, I think it's not that he has to always shoot it, no, or pass it, but just like I think there was one play where it was like the player movement and the ball movement was beautiful, but it only happened that one time. I never saw that again. I was like, wow, that was like it was so natural.
Oh, you're talking
Like, and
about
it
when
was,
Big V no, was it Big V or Dice ended it, giving it to Zion and he
yeah, on
dunked.
the dunk. Like,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
see how the ball moved? Did you see that? Did you see the player movement? Like,
I
it could
did,
have
Lex,
been
but I
anybody.
would think that's supposed to be normal, man. It's
But
sad that we got to get
exactly.
excited about that.
But exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was so natural. It was like,
It was.
wow, that was great basketball, but it only happened that one time. And it's like everything that they're doing, their movements, the passing, just everything, it's not natural. It's not natural. And I think that's just crazy to me.
Right.
And it makes it seem like they don't know how to play basketball because it looks so structured. It almost looks like it's like a robot or something, or I don't know, because 2K moves a whole lot better than them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I hate to say it, but golly, it's like, and then they're just, and it's not even fancy. Everything is basic, and it still looks bad. Like, it's just basic passes that aren't getting there. I just think that stuff is weird, man. But something is going on. They're not going to tell us, which I understand why. The concept is keep it in the locker room, but everybody can clearly see that something's wrong. I mean, you can't hide it anymore.
No, it's no belief in what they're doing, as we stated, and it shows with the lack of energy running these plays. And you just can't continue to go this way. Like something has to give. Either you got to give players more what they want to do, or we're gonna have to. The players are gonna have to bend to what the coaches are trying to do, or maybe it's just as simple as them not understanding and not being able to adjust and not being confident. It could also be that, and everybody's on the same page, but it's this lack of passion because they don't know what the hell they're doing and they don't believe in it. because that would call lack of passion too. You can't be extremely passionate and energetic about something and you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing. So
Yeah.
let's move into these team statistics, and y'all got to bear with me, family. I've been trying to figure out how to get the stats and statistics on the screen, but I'm not able to at this point. Big Q left, and he left with his team of people as well. So it's just me. So I'll read everything out and try and emphasize some things, and we can work through these team statistics. So starting off with man, I don't have the quarters up here. I want to break down the quarters. Can't see them on my phone. But anyway, I'll start off with the field goals. So we got Dallas Mavericks with they took 102 shots. 102, family.
Mm.
We took 92. They took 102. They made 50 of them for 49%. We did shoot 51% on the night. We were 47 for 92. And then when you get to three-point line, they took 53 three-pointers. That's crazy. They made 20 for 37%. We took 36 and made 17 of them for 47%. So they shoot pretty well from three-point line, but just wasn't enough. Free throws, whew, Dallas went 16 for 21 and 76%. The Pels were 13 for 22 for 59.1% on free throws. That's crazy. Rebounds, Dallas had 42. We had 54, 13 of which were offensive rebounds for us, and 8 offensive rebounds for Dallas, 34 defensive rebounds for Dallas, 41 for us. So we did win that battle. 29 assists for Dallas and 31 for the Pels. 7 steals for the Dallas Mavericks, with only 2 for the Pels. 3 blocks for the Pels, 6 for the Dallas Mavericks. 6 total turnovers for the Dallas Mavericks against 18 for the Pelicans, in which Dallas scored 22 points off, and we got 6 points off of the 6 turnovers. Fast break points, Dallas had 30 points. Fast break points to our 13. Points in the paint. This is crazy. So wait, Dallas shot 53 three-pointers, and they also managed to win the points in the paint battle as well with 54. Pels had 48. 19 fouls by the Dallas Mavericks to 20 for the Pelicans. 0 technical fouls by either team, but 1 flagrant foul that we had, and the largest lead of 29 for the Dallas Mavericks, to of which it was 3 for us. Lexxah, you got any stats you particularly want to go over, or you feel that cost us the game?
Ah,
You there, Lex?
yeah, I'm here. I was looking over the stats so I could see
Oh,
them
okay. I'm sorry.
because
Yeah,
I
I
can't
don't
I
have the
can't
overlay
memorize
up
all
there.
that stuff. I do have a
Well,
strong
look,
memory, but that's a
I'll go
lot.
over some eye popping ones for you.
Oh no,
Uh,
I'm looking at it now.
oh, you got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of those videos on the site came on, but uh they shot they shot a lot of threes, man. They shot a lot of threes. Um, I know it looked like we had a better percentage, but
I mean, we did. We
yeah,
47%.
but it's almost like it didn't feel that way because it seemed like everything that they put up in the air, they were just making them.
Right.
Um,
Timing.
Peterson free throws. Yeah, free throws weren't too great. Rebounds. Let's see the total turn. Oh Lord Jesus. I'm sorry.
Kind of tells the story, doesn't it?
Now look, you know how I am about rebounds, and then I went down to the turnovers, and then I was like, well, yeah, yeah, I don't even need to look at nothing else. Just the rebounds and the turnovers.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
we won the rebound battle.
oh, okay, great. Okay. See, I keep my mind is switching
I know.
because we were home.
Because
Okay, I'm
you
sorry.
expected us to be in the winners column at home, right?
It would be nice, but thank you for pointing that out. But okay, yeah. I mean, rebounds were there, but it was canceled out by those turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
It was canceled out. I mean, you can't. And I heard Antonio Daniels talk about it. He's like, okay, you got the rebound, but you turn the ball over. I mean, or that's it's the same thing. If you miss the miss getting the rebound, and oh wow, happened again. Sorry, I don't know why it keeps doing that. But
So
yeah, those turnovers are really bad, man. Really bad. The fast break points. I mean, they just basically had the pills on their heels. Um, Points in the paint. What's really funny is that there was a huge mismatch in the front court, and we really did not take advantage of that. I mean, if it's between Zion or Grant Williams, I'm gonna take Zion every single time.
hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Um, because we should have won the points in the paint. But one thing that we've been struggling with is other teams, they just get layup after layup after layup. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Hey
So
Lexa, let me shout out to my man Aramis. Appreciate that 1999, man. He said I told Jake we'd win today. So yeah, life is funny. Well, I'm sure whoever Jake is, man, he's having a pretty good laugh about you telling him that. And
he
you
talking
might
about
want to
Jake
be careful.
Madison.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
must. So I guess he saw him at the game or something. But yeah, man, you might want to think twice before you say that again. We got some issues to iron out, man.
Yeah. Shoot. Right now, nothing personal, but I wouldn't put money on the pills right now. I would not put money on them.
Nah, I wouldn't either, man. But I bet you who wants you to put money on Vegas, they would be really happy if you put some money on the Pels right now,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah, they would.
I think they would really encourage that. But let's go ahead and go over some of these player statistics, and we can get into discussing how we gonna beat the Dallas Mavericks. Where we actually play on one more time on Tuesday.
Yep, and that's going to be an in-season tournament game.
So wait, yeah, that's right.
In-season
Tonight,
tonight
tonight
games
was not.
happen on Tuesday and Fridays. Every Tuesday and every Friday.
I should know these things, Lex.
It's okay. No, I be going over stuff because things change, so I want to be on top of things.
Well, I appreciate you for being able to point that out because I would have got that wrong. Because once they lost the other night, I was like, well, I guess we out the tournament. I ain't seen no court today. I thought it was over. But apparently we
Yeah,
get another shot. So
yeah.
we'll see if maybe that gives them something to play for. If $500,000 can't do it, I don't know what the hell can. But
You know what? They shouldn't even mention the money because I mean, even with the money on there, they still ain't playing good. So I
yeah.
mean, really, at this point, it's like it's
Well,
pride.
I want the $1 million that the Pelicans promised me in prize and gifts if they win. So
Ah, well,
I'll
I
continue
mean,
to
yeah.
mention the money.
Well, I thought you
Miss
were talking
Vincent
about the money
shelling it
that they
out.
win because
Well,
they
yeah, I
they
was.
they win stuff too, but they've been pushing that more so than anything. But yeah, I know the pills that they did say that, so my bad for
Nah, you all right.
missing that.
You right on topic because I was talking about their money. I mean, if 500,000 don't motivate you to play, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the hell will. Is was my point, but moving on. Let's go ahead and go over these player statistics and man, it would be enlightening if we had to talk about covering another team. But unfortunately, we would talk about the Dallas Mavericks again, even once we're over. But
Yeah.
starting off with Greg Williams, he had 22 minutes, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 personal foul, and 0 points. Uh, Whoever Mr. Jones is, I don't remember your first name, brother. I'm sorry. D. Jones Jr. played for 22 minutes, shot 6 field goals, made two, both of them from the 3 point line, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 7 points for that brother. So let me open my get the rest of the stats because I'm missing some stuff here.
Are you on the individual stats?
Yeah, yeah, we're going over Dallas team stats right now. He also went to the free throw line, took two free throws and made one. That's how we got to 7 points. All right, that matched now with one turnover. Derek Lively, their first round draft pick, making a big impact on defense for them, played 26 minutes, took five shots, made four. Uh, also had four free throws, making two of those. He only had two rebounds. It's kind of weird for a center. Uh, one steal, two blocks though, so he does his thing defensively. One turnover and 10 points, and everybody's obviously uber positive in the plus or minus. Grant Williams was plus 19.
They didn't have
Mr.
they didn't have to play no defense.
Mr.
You know
Jones
what I'm
Jr. was
saying?
plus 8.
Yeah, everybody would be in the positive if you don't have to play defense. That you made it, they didn't feel anything.
Yeah, yeah. Derek Lively the second, I forgot to put that on there, is also plus 13. And then you got the man, the myth, the legend, Kyrie Irving, played 29 minutes, took 20 shots, made 13 of them bad boys, went 7 for 10 from the three-point line. Two times, well, one trip to the free throw line, two free throw shots, made both of them. One offensive rebounds, five defensive rebounds, six total, seven assists, one block, only one turnover, and he turned that into 35 points. Kyrie was
And that
killing
was
them.
a quiet 35
Yes,
to
it was.
me.
It was.
I mean, it was like, I think so much attention was on Doncic, and it's like it was like, dang, Irving, he got what? It was
Right.
like, he
They
was he
got they
was
got a
he was
double
in
headed
his
dragon
feelings,
over there.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, and then you got Wonder Boy, Luka Doncic with 28 minutes, 11 for 18. Boy, it must be nice to play such low minutes and have almost the type of stats like you play 40 minutes, right? He went 11 for 18, 4 for 9 from three-point line, 4 for 5 from the free throw line, four rebounds total, all defensive, nine assists, a steal, zero blocks, two turnovers, 30 points for Mr. Luka Doncic. And you got Markeith Morris on the bench, came in, I guess, for some garbage minutes, 4 minutes, basically only got one rebound. Rashawn Holmes, 4 minutes. He made a shot, giving him 2 points. He also got a rebound. Uh, Old Prosper, I don't know who that is. 6 minutes, took three shots, two three-pointers, went to the free throw line, made two free throws, 4 points, two personal fouls. Tim Hardaway Jr., 4 for 14, 3 for 10 from three-point line, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, nine rebounds, two assists, one personal foul, and turned that into 15 points. Derek Powell, who was out there on Zion at times, I thought that was a mismatch, but he did get some buckets. 18 minutes, 3 for 4 from the field, zero three-pointers, 1 for 2 from the free throw line, seven rebounds. He got three offensive rebounds, seven defensive rebounds, 10 total, two assists, one steal, four personal fouls, and 7 points. Seth Curry, the Dark Lord himself, been hiding over there on Dallas's bench. He did play 6 minutes, two shots from the field. One was a three-pointer. He didn't hit anything. Got one offensive rebound. Mr. Green, I think that's Gerald Green. No, it ain't Gerald Green. One of them Greens. Jay Green, 28 minutes. He's 5'11 from the field. 3 for 7 from three-point line. Two defensive rebounds. Three assists. Two steals. One turnover. One foul. 13 points. And they got Dante Exum, who's over there now. 13 minutes. 3 for 6 for the field. He had one rebound defensive, one assist, one steal, one block, no turnovers, two personal fouls, 6 points. And Jay Hardy, 3 for 6 from the field, one defensive and one offensive rebounds, two total, two assists, zero steals, zero blocks, zero turnovers, one foul, and 7 points. Now we can get to the Pels, who we're all interested in. Zion Williamson had a very interesting stat line. He went 7 of 11 from the field, only taking 11 shots on the night, which I pointed out I think is extremely weird. 4 for 8 from the free throw line, only two rebounds for Zion. 1 offensive, 1 defensive, 4 assists, 1 steal, 6 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, and only 18 points for Zion. BI, uh, 9 for 17 from the field, 1 for 3 from the 3-point line, 1 for 4 from the free throw line for BI. That's a little strange. 5 rebounds total, all defensive, 5 assists, no steals, no blocks, only 1 turnover though, 2 personal fouls, and 20 points. Big V, 6'11 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3-point land, 2 offensive rebounds, 8 defensive, 10 total, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 0 turnovers, 0 personal fouls from Big V, but only 15 points. Jordan Hawkins, the rookie, 3 for 13 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3-point land, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 2 defensive rebounds, 2 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 2 turnovers, and 10 points. Dyson Daniels in 31 minutes tonight was 7 for 12 from the field, 3 for 6 from 3-point line for Dyson Daniels. No trips to the foul line, 2 offensive rebounds, 7 defensive rebounds, 9 rebounds total, 4 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 3 turnovers, and a career high 17 points for Dyson Daniels on the night. Larry Nance, who I think left the game a little early with a shoulder injury, something was going on with him. He only played 7. Right. He only played 7 minutes, 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3-point land, 1 offensive rebounds, 2 defensive, 3 total, 0 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals, 1 turnover, personal foul, and 0 points. Matt Ryan, the QB for the Atlanta Falcons himself, playing basketball now. 27 minutes, 5 for 7 from the field, 4 for 6 from 3-point land. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 for 6 from 3-point land, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 defensive rebounds, 6 total, 2 assists, 3 personal fouls, and 14 points for Matt Ryan. Continues to get those points off the bench. You love to see that. James Robinson Earl, one of them ways. 26 minutes on the night, 4 for 8 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3-point land for James, man. 1 offensive rebounds, 5 defensive rebounds, 6 total assists, a steal, 1 turnover, and 11 points. And one of the only guys to actually be a positive in the plus and minus on the team. So shout out to him. He actually had a decent night.
Mm-hmm.
And the return of the knife himself, Najee Marshall, came back tonight, played 14 minutes, went 2 for 3 in a very short span as soon as he got out there, 1 for 1 for 3-point land. Took a trip to the 3-point line, fouled on a 3-pointer, made all 3 of his free throws, 1 offensive rebound, 1 defensive, 2 rebounds total, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 18 points for the knife. Cody Zeller actually was out there tonight. He got 13 minutes due to Larry Nance being a little banged up. 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. 4 defensive rebounds, 1 offensive, 5 total, 2 assists, 0 blocks, 0 steals, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, and 3 points for Cody Zeller. Then you had Kyra Lewis Jr. out there, only playing 8 minutes, but he was 2 for 5 from the field, 1 for 1 from the free throw line, 1 offensive rebound for Kyra, 4 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks, 1 turnover, and 5 points. And Darren Sebron also with the same amount of minutes as Kyra. He had 8, 1 for 1 from the field, 1 for 2 from free throw line, 3 defensive rebounds, 2 assists, 0 steals, 1 block, 0 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, and 3 points. All right, Lexxah. I know it took a while, but
I didn't know you were gonna go through each one, but
hey, hey, I'm just trying to do my job to the best of my capabilities. I'm a host in training. So any out of all of those statistics, feel free to elaborate on any ones you like, and I guess give us somebody we could be happy about tonight, and somebody we need to get on.
Okay. Um, well, definitely Robinson Earl. It's kind of funny with him because he's only been on the team for like a week, and he's already been jumped ahead of a lot of people. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but
He played like he got Willie's playoff speech on repeat. You got to fight. That's how he play all the time.
well, he wasn't on the team, so he's a free agent coming in trying to solidify his um a position on the team. So and that's one of the reasons why he came here compared to other teams, because he felt like he would get the most opportunity coming here, and he was right because he was put in the starting lineup against Minnesota, and he had a double double in that game. So I mean, I really think I like his hustle. I like his contributions so far, especially by him just getting on the team. He is going on his second week, but I think that's pretty impressive. I mean, look at how many minutes he got. He got 26 minutes. And the Minnesota game, I think he had a double double. In this game, he had 11 points and 6 rebounds. I think he's definitely doing his thing, um, especially like playing that 3 and 4 spot, or 3, 4, or 5 spot, whatever the lineup is. But he's definitely been doing his thing. So um, just keep it up. But obviously, what we having problems with is a team thing. So um, now I guess I have to say, as far as I'm not really pleased with Zion's performance. Um, I know he can do well. We all know he can do better than this. Um, 11 shots. I'm not pleased with that. Now there obviously that could be something else as far as with the game plan, but he can't just put up 11 shots. That's not, that doesn't even sit well with me. Um, he needs to do better on the free throw line. He shot 50%. It's like, Zion, if you're getting to the line when they do, you know, give you the call, you gotta make them pay. But that's not why we lost this game, because of his free throws. So, um, but we do want him to make them. So, um, defensively, I saw a little pep in his step against Houston. Um, I didn't see that pep, in this game as much. Him moving his feet and things like that. But it's crazy, man, because once Zion starts playing defense, it makes his game like go to a whole nother gear of it, just his game. Um, so I would love for him to just pick up, you know, continue to trend his, because I saw it a little bit in Houston, and I thought it was gonna start shooting up, because he's starting to get more in shape and things like that. But he's got to pick it up on the defensive end, get more, I guess, acclimated, more aggressive on that end, active hands, moving your feet. Um, and then also, he was actually hitting the boards more, um, in that last game, or the last few games that he played. The 2 rebounds, I'm not pleased with that. He can do better than that. He just has to do more. He's got to do more. Um, I think really he just has the ability. We've seen his gears. We've seen when he levels up on his play. We've seen what the type of team this can be, and especially with Jose being out, Zion's that other guy who has that major energy that energy surge that we've been looking for, but we haven't been seeing it. I don't know if it's because still getting in game shape or the game plan or what it is, but his motor, that was one thing that was talked about a lot, in the past, and we haven't really seen that. So, he just has to do more. He's got to do more. Whatever it takes. I mean, if they're not giving the ball to you for those long stretches, hit the boards, man. Hit the boards, push the ball, force the issue a little bit more. I didn't like the turnovers either. Um, because the few times he did get it, he turned the ball over and that's not good. So,
Hmm.
he just I want to see that I want to see the Zion that was playing against the Suns, both those games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Zion that we need. You know what I'm saying? That help push the team over that edge. You know what I'm saying? That helps make the team elite. Or the game against, against the T Wolves, last season. We need those games from him, man. We gotta have those games.
Yeah,
But
we do.
that's how did you want me to hit Dallas or just the Pelicans?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to point out somebody from Dallas, you could. You don't have to.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll just leave it at the Pels. But yeah, he's just gotta do more, man. He's gotta do more.
Okay. Um, I agree with you on Zion, man, and he's just unacceptable. To me, honestly, he doesn't really look like himself.
Nah,
Um,
he doesn't.
Zion looks about 60% or maybe 70% of what I normally recognize him to be. I don't know if he's still dealing with an injury. I don't know if he's missing out on sleep because he had his baby. I don't know what
I,
it
I
is, but
I don't think it's injury. I think he's healthy. You know what I'm saying?
well, I don't know if he's not in
Because if
shape yet. It's something.
yeah,
Something is very off.
well,
He's racking up turnovers left and right. Zion wasn't turning the ball over like that. Um,
I think this is the worst game that he's had as far as with turnovers. Because I know there was a few games where he didn't have any, but I mean, I don't know. It's just this the whole offense and game plan. I'm not really confident about it. I'm not confident about it at all. I'm trying to give it time, because I know when you're implementing something new, it makes a huge difference. Sometimes it takes time, but I don't know, man. It's like I think it's everybody, like no one's really catching on to this new game plan. I don't think everybody's in love with it either.
no, they
Um,
they definitely are not.
so
But
something really needs to change. Like go back to some familiarity and kind of grow from that. Cause right now, like it's a long season, and right now things are bad, but it can get even worse, like really, really fast if something does not turn around. So
yeah, I
I'm
think
not,
we need Herb back, in my opinion, because of what's going on offensively, and you pointed that out as well earlier. The energy on defense isn't there, and I think Herb was covering up for a lot of mistakes defensively.
but Daniels was doing well. But I
Well,
think really the
that's my
offense,
guy. The bright spot tonight would have been Dice. Dice
yeah,
had a career high in points. He had 4 assists, 9 rebounds. He gave you good defense, right? But
yeah. I
come
mean, he
on,
was guarding Luca.
Dice ain't hurt. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say better yet, if you have a combination of Dice and Herb, how would that look against Luca and Kyrie? You know, we are short staff. Some of these things definitely go into that. So I can't uh talk about the Pels as if they're at full health, but that's kind of like an oxymoron because when are the Pels ever at full health, right?
Well, I do want to say this in a weird sense. Dyson guarding Luca was actually easy. The biggest problem on tonight was Kyrie. This
Right.
team, I mean, if you look at how they guarded with Steph, okay, how they responded with Trey Young and DeJounte Murray, we have problems with shifty guards. And Kyrie, well, he's up there. You know what I'm saying?
Probably the
So
shiftiest guard there is, other than Steph.
it exactly. So like, yeah, like Kyrie was that, he was the sleeper, like literally, because like he silently had 35 points. He had more points than Luca. Luca was not really the issue. Really, the others and Kyrie, this was Kyrie's type game because we do not guard shifty guards well, whether Herb is playing or not. We have not done well against shifty guards. And
Hmm.
that's where Jose Alvarado, that's where he comes in. Because I'm not saying that he could eliminate that, but he can make it more challenging for those type guards.
I
So
think Jose, he just brings energy. So no
yeah,
matter defensively or offensively, man, he just brings the juice. So we just
but he's
missing him.
shifty. You know what
Period.
I'm saying? So
As well
you
as
know,
Trey too. Trey's his 3 pointers, man, and those ones he hits on the fast break, like man, we missing a lot of that. You know,
yeah.
we use that
Well,
at
one
times
thing,
to bury teams, and we got CJ out, so Pels are missing a few things, and I get what you're saying about the shifty guards, but I just noticed that when Herb plays, we get a lot more turnovers. We get a lot more deflections. Teams are a lot less comfortable in running that layup line, if you know what I'm saying.
yeah, they've still been doing the label lines. But I mean, like
Not as
any
comfortably as tonight. I mean, this has got to
any
be what a
any
season high for what we gave up,
any
136.
any
Like that's
anybody who
ridiculous.
comes back, it's better. It's better than you know than not having them. But it's I don't know. Everything's just out of whack, DC man. Everything's out of whack. I mean, the thing, a loss is a loss.
Yes, it is.
Because with Herb in the lineup, we're still losing.
Yes.
So um and I don't even know, even with everybody back, because one thing with Dallas, there's such a offensive juggernaut, man. Like, and it's funny every time I see Hardaway, Hardaway Jr. I thought it was funny looking at him because I've been watching some of Dallas's games, and that dude be missing, and I'm like, oh, so you want to hit today? You know what I'm saying? like, dog, you've been in a slump. Well,
Yeah, the
find time to
Pels
get out your slump. Do it against the Pels. You know what I'm saying?
Pels will
So,
get you right, boy.
man, I was like, and he was actually a huge spark for them. I was like, dang, so he done woke up. Had to wake up against the Pelicans. That's
Hmm.
crazy.
All
Cause that
right.
dude be struggling.
Yeah, yeah. But let's go ahead and I guess get into it's almost like getting into a time machine and just rewinding and go and do it again with a different court.
Yeah, yeah, and different jerseys too. Mm-hmm.
So we definitely got to turn around and play the Dallas Mavericks again, and that's gonna be on Tuesday night at 7 p.m. The
I wonder
matchup.
what the
That's what
predictor.
I'm about to tell you right now. I
Okay.
know you. I know you want to know, Lex. Matchup indicator is predicting the Dallas Mavericks to win. I'm a little shocked though. Only by
uh,
59%. I thought it would have been like 75 or 80 after the night. But they said 59%. So there's 41%. We still got a chance, fam. The Pelicans are predicted to lose, but only at 41%. The Mavericks are led by Luka Doncic, who's man, this man is averaging 32 points on the year right now at 50% and 78% from the free throw line. And Our main guy, Bi, is averaging 23 at 48%, 80% for free throw line. And our number one guy rebounding is Jonas with only 8.6 rebounds. And their main guy is Luca, who gets more rebounds than Jonas. It's a little crazy. Well, our assist leader is none other than Mr. McCullough, and he's out with a collapsed lung still. Even though they say it's not serious, we still won't be getting CJ back for this one. And Luka Doncic also leads the Dallas Mavericks in assists. So they still are without Maxi Kleber. His expected return date was the 11th, so that would have been what is today? Today's the 11th, right? So
Mhm.
possibly Maxi Kleber, they can get him
No, the
back on
12th.
Tuesday. Today's the 12th. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're still going to be possibly without Herb Jones. He was estimated maybe to return on the 12th, which he didn't return today, so maybe he can return Tuesday. Uh, there's no update on CJ McCullough or Jose Alvarado or Trey Murphy, so we still without all those guys. But we got back the knife. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Najee maybe playing a game, getting another day of practice, maybe his role will be a little more impactful. I thought maybe he would get a start, but I guess without him being out the lineup or with Dice playing the way he did, they decided to keep and also Jordan Hawkins playing the way he's been playing, they decided to keep everything that way. So we can see Tuesday what adjustments the Pels will make for us to try to get a dub. I'm hoping to see a major adjustment and them not trying to do the same thing that they've been doing. Don't do the
Do you
old
want me
Dennis
to
Allen and just keep
do you
doing what you're doing.
answer
Don't
that?
do that. Uh, so let me ask you this, Lex.
Mhm.
You can answer
I'm
this
ready.
because I know you got a lot to say. I can hear it. So I just want you to
Mhm.
give me these two things when you give me your breakdown. Tell me how the Pels win this game, and then tell me whether you believe the Pels will win or not.
Okay. So, whatever game plan that they had on today, they need to throw that way further than they did with the game plan with Houston. Okay? They need to throw it way, way, way out the window. Like so it hits the street and gets ran over by a semi truck or something. I don't know. But that game plan is not working. So they need to do something else. What that is, well, they need to stop the 3-point shooting. Well, before that, they need to come out and be so pissed off and just attack them like from the get go, like jump down their throat. Need to play with a lot of energy, win those 50-50 balls. The effort needs to be like unmatched. Like it needs to be a huge message. This team needs to show themselves something. You know what I'm saying? They need to, I mean, really it's like, okay, what type of team is this team trying to be?
Hmm.
They need to decide that, instead of, coming out here cuz really I think it would probably be best. I know they probably get fined, but don't even
Maybe
show
they
up.
need to get defined. Maybe they need to do something. Do something
Well,
different.
well, the thing is, if you're going to play with this type of effort, this type of energy, don't show up to the arena. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, don't do that. Don't just come and just treat this like a job. Okay, I'm here. It's Monday. I'm here again. Like, come on, man. Man, shoot, I would love to switch spots. I could go out there and play my butt off. Now, I probably need like a year to get in like professional shape and all that stuff. But you see what I'm saying? Like, you got to come out and play with something, man. You got to play with an edge,
Hmm.
and we have not yet seen that. We haven't seen that, and I don't care. Like even in the games that we've won thus far, we haven't even seen that. Even in those games, they weren't really playing to their fullest. But this right here is like somebody needs to be mad. Probably not even mad. Maybe angry. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say that as far as Zion and when he goes into the lane, no, Zion at this point, he just needs to kind of go off on the ref.
Yeah,
Go
I,
on and
I,
get a
I agree.
technical. Go on and get a fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? Willie's show ain't gonna do it.
Mhm.
I don't even feel like Willie is gonna back him. I think it's something that Zion just needs to do that. You know what I'm saying? Um, because you know he's been getting fouled down there. I'm looking at fouls outside and I'm like, wow, that dude was barely touched. He was just grazed, and they call that stuff. But when Zion's being sandwiched down low, they're not calling that stuff. Like, yeah, he needs to go off. And it's sad that we have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like he's trying to play the game the right way. But shoot, I mean, you look at guys like Draymond. He don't play the game the right way, and he does whatever he wants out there, gets away with whatever he wants. But
Well, that's the sad part about it with those refs is how you start is how you finish. So Draymond came in the league that way, and
yeah,
they judge him that way. It's not just Draymond. You got a guy like we saw what happened with Brooks when we played Houston, right? They called a lot of them in the beginning of the game, and he continued to play the same way. And what they do
yeah,
in the fourth quarter, they just let him play. He was out there kicking people in the nuts, damn near biting people and everything. They ain't do nothing. So it's you got to set that tone early. I'm not saying
yeah,
that Zion can't switch that, but it'll take a hell of an effort and some discipline for him to stay on refs. And I have seen him at times be very demonstrative, holding his hands up in the air, even not getting back on defense, trying to bring attention to that. And it hasn't
yeah.
yielded good results. So I guess you're saying maybe he
No.
needs to turn it up a notch and get to the extreme of actually getting in the ref's face and talking crazy and just lean into being a little bit more of a villain, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because right now it's like, I think this is a challenge for him. I mean, I don't feel like when I look at Giannis, I don't feel like Giannis does all that. You know what I'm saying? As far as getting them rest faces and things, but they give him calls. So it's kind of a head scratcher because the last thing I want Zion to do, I don't want him to flop. I really despise flopping. I know guys are trying to get an edge on the defense and all that stuff, but I just can't get into that. I wouldn't want, I wouldn't want him to be known as a flopper. I definitely wouldn't want that. But
Right. I don't want to be a flopper either, but I mean, at some point, if they just keep messing you over and they don't have any results, I mean, some of these guys can get a little intimidated, or maybe, man, I don't want to hear this guy in my face. Let me call this foul. Just to keep doing the same thing and this happens and there's no different reaction, well, the refs are gonna keep calling it the same way. So
yeah,
I know some of it. We know some of these things are out of our hands, and whether you want to say it's Vegas or conspiracies or whatever, with some of these calls. But and that is true. But we cannot act like we've never seen other players be able to finesse or figure out a way to get the refs to make these calls while they're taking it into their power as well. So we definitely need to work on that. I would say Zion, I would say Willie Green, and it was very telling to hear Antonio Daniels, even mention that live while we were watching the game. He said the same thing. He said,
yeah,
"Man,
yeah. He did.
Zion needs to get a fine." And Willie
Yeah,
Green too. He pointed that out
yeah,
during the broadcast, and he also said, he said, "Y'all know I'm all about being a good guy," which
yeah.
he always says
And
the
see,
good guy thing.
that's what I'm
And
saying.
for
That's
him to
crazy
say
that you have to
it
do
is
that.
it is so overdue for
Yeah,
Antonio Daniels to say that. But yeah, man, we gotta play with what's the word I'm looking for, Lex?
Play with the edge, yeah.
Ooh, that make you want to play with the edge right there. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta definitely do that. The Pels gotta step their game up, man. If we
Yeah,
have any chance of beating the Dallas Mavericks again,
yeah.
because we damn sure ain't had a chance tonight. So, but luckily they get to do it all over again. And what do you say, Lex? You think we get the dub or no?
Uh, the game plan has been consistent, which is inconsistent. So, so with that being said, nothing personal, but I don't think they're gonna get it. I think Dallas is going to, they're gonna hit a lot of threes because their offense is really good.
Hmm.
Often their defense is not, but our offense is not good, and that leads to our defense not being good. So they have an edge right now. So um, I like the Pels to prove me wrong. I'd like them to win. I really would love for you know for uh for the team to just go off, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen on Tuesday. They need to do something unconventional. They need to go away from whatever game plan that Willie has set up. And I don't know. There's just so many things, so many things DC that are wrong. There's just so many things, um, and all this stuff is connected. So if one thing's not right, you know what I'm saying, it leads to something else not being right.
Most definitely, most
So,
definitely. And I'm gonna go out on a limb. After watching what I watched tonight and seeing what I saw against Minnesota, right, and seeing what I saw against the Atlanta Hawks,
hmm
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the Pels break this losing streak. And the reason I'm saying that, because I know one thing for sure about Zion. I know he loves the game. Um, I know Willie Green loves the game. I know a lot of these
hmm
guys love playing. And I think for them to play the same team back to back twice and be reminded of that ass whipping that they got. It ain't a new night, ain't a new team. You know what to expect, you know what's coming at you. I think we'll see a different level of intensity. It's almost like you're
I
going
hope
through a
so.
practice and the practice doesn't go well, right? And then you go back
hmm
the next day and you run all the same plays, you know.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of hard for the Pels, I think, to play any worse than they've played tonight. So
Oh,
I
don't
think
speak that.
that I mean, what we gonna lose about 50, 60? God damn.
Oh Lord, you
They got
hey,
down by 29. They were down by like 29 for most of the game. But
yeah, that
and
and
that
that's
and we've
that's
had a
pretty
couple of games
bad.
like that. We've that it's kind of theme. We probably had 2 or 3 games like that, and we've only played what have we played about 10 games on the year already. So I think
Well,
that
well,
familiarity and on top of it being a tournament game, on top of them they gotta be desperate. I mean, at some point you gotta get a little desperate, right? Yeah, they,
let
they
me let
gotta
me ask
feel
you
some of that
something.
pressure. Yeah.
On Friday
Hmm.
was an in-season tournament against Houston.
Oh
That was
shucks.
a tournament game. So I
Yes, it
want to
was.
ask you, how did you feel as far as with the energy? How do you feel like they played against that game? Because that was a tournament game. That was our
Actually,
first, that was our first tournament game.
I didn't think the energy was that bad. I thought the energy and effort was decent that game. Obviously, I would think it could get better, right? But towards the end of the game, it was almost like I know we had that weird call on Fred Van Fleet. We all knew that, and we didn't even mention that on the show because that ain't why they lost the game. They
Mm-hmm.
got to the last minute and 40 seconds, and they just completely took their foot off the gas against a team where you lost last year, and basically that was kind of what threw you out of the playoffs. And they wound up hitting
Yeah.
that last second shot and all of that, right?
Yeah.
And you play that same team and you do it again in a different way, nonetheless. But they just didn't kill them. They had to snuff them out, and kill them. They put the pillow over their face. It was about to suffocate them, and they just got to change their heart right at the end of it. So I think that energy and that effort that they had was enough for them to win that game. They did almost everything they needed to do to win that game, except close it out.
And make the proper adjustments, which was a coaching. Hey man, that stuff matters.
It
That
does,
stuff matters. In the clutch, when you see somebody making adjustments, then you have to make adjustments to those adjustments. And that's another thing I want
but
to say
I
for
mean
this
the
game.
adjustments didn't make them have careless turnovers though, Lex.
Yeah,
I
but
know you spoke to the adjustments, but I see it as a lot of it is on the players too. But they
yeah,
didn't put them in the best
it's a
position to
combination.
succeed. That
Yeah,
is
but
true.
and that's the thing. Like, as a coach, you see things that the players don't.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how good of a player you are. Sometimes you're seeing that's why you have coaches because they're analyzing the game, they're studying the game, they're seeing the flow of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not under that physical pressure like the players are. The players are under physical and mental pressure. They're fighting fatigue and all that stuff. All that
Hmm.
stuff plays in together. But the coach has to be able to see things. And apparently, Ime Udoka, he did. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me to this next game. Willie Green has a problem making adjustments. You know what I'm saying? So, and the adjustments, they're not really huge adjustments. It's like, okay, let's just not take a dribble here and kind of like do this. I don't know. They're not huge adjustments. And so I think he's gonna make Jason Kidd's job very easy. Oh shoot, y'all lost and you didn't make any adjustments? Okay, so they're doing the same thing that they did the last game. So let's just do what we did in the last game to neutralize it. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you learn more when you lose. And that's why, like, when you see in the playoffs, they come back and the other team wins because they made adjustments. And obviously you do make adjustments during the game, but a lot of times it wasn't enough. But it's a chess match. That's what it is. That's what all this is. When you have a team that you're playing back to back, it's a chess match. Who can make the adjustments the quickest? And are the players going to respond in enough time to make the adjustment? It's a combination of that. But we've seen that that's a struggle for Willie. I haven't believed in him with the adjustment department. I really haven't. And that's something that we've seen in the past. Like he's still like struggling with that. So I hope he makes the adjustments, but I mean, I'm looking, man. Willie's kind of stubborn with his philosophy when it comes to adjustments, man. He's like, nah, I'm determined. This is gonna work. This is gonna work, dog. It hasn't worked for the whole quarter, for
Say
the
Lex,
whole half. You know what I'm
Lex,
saying? Huh?
Lex. Love
What?
conquers all. Willie
Look,
Green
I
will
thought, oh
love it
man, I'm
to
being
work.
too passionate.
Nah, you good.
I was like, shoot, oh my lord, he's saying my name too calm. But like, man, I'm tired of his love, man. Where's the tough love?
Yeah, we definitely need
Yeah,
some tough love. The
the
love, the
love
love
needs to be
doctoring
tougher,
ain't
man.
working. We need some shock therapy, doc. So it's well, I guess we will find out on the next episode of PPR whether they were able to do it or not. You know, I ain't putting my money on them, but I definitely think
No,
they will win. But I wouldn't put no money on them. I will come here and I would it would suffice to say that I was wrong. I don't want to be no dollar short, but I think the Pels can pull it out, and that's enough for me to um to try to love it into existence, right? I think I gave them a little tough love tonight. Um, I think they can definitely turn around. We do have two bona fide players in Bi and Zion, even though they look ugh, kind of atrocious the way that they're
hey,
playing. Just
all I
their
gotta
impact, their
say,
numbers aren't the worst, but the way it impacts the game is just
you
not
know, their numbers aren't the worst, but they're not good enough.
right.
They're not good enough. Not for them. And I'm
Right.
saying for them because I'm not putting them in the same segment as other guys. You know, um, it just they got to do more. They got to do more. Well, Bi, I mean, the ball's been in his hands a whole lot. And I know he's pretty laid back and things like that. Um, that's why, like, really, I'm as far as like with Zion, he really has to do more because he's shown that he can go to that other level. As far as with his motor, because we've seen it many a times, but they got to
Zion,
do more.
he'll lay it on the line if he feels like it's worth it. I think he flips this switch when it's like go time, and I don't know what you want to call it. Is because at times he has the motors, and then at times he doesn't. What is the physical therapist telling him, Lex? I don't know. He's trying to
Oh,
make it
shoot.
through the season, and
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know if
and
maybe they
I
telling
think that's
Zion to
really,
not play so hard in the beginning, kind of work your way into it, turn
you
it up as
know,
the season goes. We're
whatever
not
they're
thinking
telling
about these
him,
things.
it's diminishing. I feel like it's diminishing his game and
Would
what
you
he
would
can
you
do.
would you rather him be scoring 30 points a game and then flame out again in 30 games, or try this new
Okay,
approach?
well, let me ask you this. The thing is that are you are do we enjoy seeing this version of Zion? Because the thing is, we still have to win games. Like, there, either way, there's no playoffs.
Right.
And another thing, do we believe that he's healed? Do we believe that he's healthy? And if the answer is yes, boy, you better go out there and play your butt off. You don't play to win. Don't play to lose. Don't play like you're going to get hurt. Play like you're healed and you're trying to get it. Don't play scared. Don't play skittish. Don't play that way because you know what? None of us live life that way. None of us do. We don't walk out our door, oh my goodness, I can't go down the stairs because I might fall down the stairs. No, who does that? Go out the door, go down the steps, walk to your vehicle, and go on about your way without being scared, without any type of fear. We don't if we pick up, go to the store and get groceries, you go home, take the groceries out, you're not scared to eat your groceries, right? You're not scared to eat the food. You eat it with confidence. You eat it like, hey, well, this grape, I'm about to eat this grape. I'm not gonna eat the shoo. It might be poisonous. Nobody does that. You're gonna eat that grape and be like, look, hey man, I know this
Hey,
grape is
Lexa, well, you
good.
better wash
I'm gonna
that
eat
grape.
it. But you see what I'm saying? Like, he can't play scared. You're either healthy or you're not. If you're healthy, Zion, go out there and play your butt off. Play your game, man. Play your game. And you know what? By faith or whatever anybody believes, hey, we gonna be lasting this whole season. That is the goal. But
Right.
man, the last thing I want you to do is play scared because that's not helping the team. It's not helping. Being scared, playing skittish, not playing confident is not going to help this team. It's just as bad, if not worse. That means you're on the court and you're a liability.
Mm.
I don't want him to be no liability. I want him to be an asset.
All right, all right. Say
I'm
Lex.
sorry, y'all.
Lex.
What?
I think the Pelicans can use 2 physical therapists. So did you ever think about applying?
Hey, you must have watched my flash video because I said that. You know what? She needs some help. She needs
Yeah.
some help for real.
Melanin guy 504 said, I could smell it in the air. DC. Opium. Then he also said the key thing is to do with the pals. Smell the opium. Hey, you know what, Melanin guy, you're a little right, man. I went and I dug through some sock drawers and I got all the way to the bottom there. I had to pick out a few pieces of lint before I smoked me a little pack of opium before I got up here tonight. After watching the Dallas Mavericks kick the Pelicans' ass repeatedly tonight, I had to ask myself, can we salvage the season? And for me to do that and say that properly and let Lexxah cook and preach, man, I had to do just a little bit of opium. I almost relapsed. I did a little bit of opium. Just a little bit.
I'm very passionate about the game, y'all. You know what I'm
You
saying?
are.
I just,
You are.
you
I hope
know,
y'all don't get mad at me because I did a little bit of opium. I had to get through, fam. I needed to cope. But Kyle Foley did ask us a question before we go ahead and get out of here. He asked, do we see a trade happening? Do you see that, Lex? You see the Pelicans pulling off a trade? Because I know I do, but I'll let you go first.
we do need to do something. We do need to do something. As you all probably already know, and this ain't to hurt nobody's feelings, but we know that they're not going to be able to afford Zion, Bi, and CJ. Somebody's going to have to go
I thought you were going to say Trey Murphy.
No, because Trey Murphy, they're high on him.
No. But afford.
Of what?
They're not going to be able to afford.
Oh yeah, I mean him too, because they are going to have to pay him when he comes back and gets acclimated and starts showing what he's been working on, how he's made jumps. And I haven't just heard from, like, as far as from his teammates that have been high on him, but I've heard guys around the league talk about Trey Murphy. So the thing is Trey is coming. But someone is going to have to go. That we know for sure. Now, how soon that is, I don't know.
Now I got another question to piggyback
Okay.
off Foley, and after you finish, I'll give my answer.
Okay.
What if someone does have to get traded? And what if the Pels already know who that is? And they may have spoken to players on the team about it, which is leading us to lose these games.
Well, I'm not with the losing, but I do feel like there has been an agenda. I was kind of slow on, bringing that out because I want to see how things play out. But definitely, I think the biggest thing it's either going to be Zion or Bi. It's going to be one of those two. I mean, I think it's been a long time coming because they don't play well together. They may have in the past, but right now at this moment, they're not playing well together, and everybody is saying that. It's not just on here. I read comments on social media, and just other podcasts, and it's gonna be one of them two. And it's almost like I know they said that they were gonna be putting the ball in Brandon's hands a whole lot more. Look, if the stock is not high, you know what I'm saying? Okay, are you seeing where I'm getting at?
Hmm.
Like, so what do you do to help get the stock higher?
Well, if that's the case, Kyra should have the ball all the time. Huh?
Well, he'll probably be a part of the package, but
What about JV?
I don't think they're tanking. I think that's kind of early to be tanking. I mean, that I don't
No, no,
I
no, no,
wouldn't
no, not
I wouldn't go
tanking.
there.
No, I'm saying, what
No,
about
I read somebody's comment,
Oh,
but go.
okay, okay. I didn't know what you were referring to, but what about JV? The realistic trade that I see is obviously getting off of Kyra and possibly JV, even though I don't want that to happen. But the
Everybody says
Pels,
JV, but man, that dude is so great for
I,
this
I
team,
no, no, no,
man.
no, no. Hear me. I don't want that
Okay,
to happen. But I know we have to get off of Kyra, so Kyra's out of here. Bi, realistically, to me, I understand your assessment of it, but I think it's a little unfair to say Bi and Zion don't play well together because I've seen them play well together. But
yeah,
under this
I'm talking about for
current,
the moment. That's why I said for the
but
moment,
for the,
like
I
right
know, but
now.
it's still unfair to talk about it in the moment because we don't have our pieces. You don't have CJ out there. Herb's not out there with him. You don't have Trey Murphy. Those are all the key components to what they're trying to do. So until I see them with those pieces, I can't say
Okay,
they can't play well together.
let
But
me ask
what
you
I can
something.
say,
How long do we have to wait? Because, like you said earlier in the show, like I don't think we're ever really going to see all the pieces. Like we still haven't yet seen them. Like,
well,
and how many years has it been? Like, and I'm looking at them
well, it
right now,
wasn't. It
and it doesn't
wasn't. It
look right.
wasn't. B. It wasn't Bi's fault for one that we haven't seen him, and number two, Zion missed most of the time. Zion's here now. Now everybody else, you don't have CJ, you don't have Trey, and I think missing one of you can deal with missing one of them, but missing both of them is a huge blow. On top of missing a guy that brings you just the it factor or just that tenacity, that juice, that get up and go, that want to, and Jose
You've been listening
Alvarado.
to my song, man.
Oh, you know it,
Brings
Dave.
tears to my eyes.
But
Okay.
you can't have all of that missing and then try to gauge this as if it's all there. Now, what I will say, if by the end of the season this work, you don't have to trade Bi mid-season. He's going into something where he wants to sign a big contract. You can do a sign and trade, same way you've seen with KD and the rest of these guys, how it always happens. We don't have to trade Bi mid-season if we decide it's not going to work. CJ McCullough, I think he has something in his contract where he possibly can take a little less money. You're gonna have to pay Trey. There is a
Yeah.
way where this can all work out and we can keep all of these guys, but the Pels will not do that if they can't
No.
win, and they shouldn't. But if we can win, let's say the Pels make it, I think it would take for them to make it to at least the second round and threaten to be in the Western Conference Finals. Anything short of that, then we're gonna have to move a major key component to this. If they only make it out of the first round, they probably still would be looking to do so. I mean,
Well,
just
we
making it
got to
out of the first
get
round ain't worth paying the
into
tax.
the rounds though. We got to,
Yeah,
because right
we
now
got
we're
to get
not.
there. We got to
We
get
got to
there.
win enough. We have to win enough games to be in the, like. I don't know
But
about
if
y'all,
we if
but
we get
I
if
don't.
we get past the first
I'm
round,
not
can you
with the
justify
playing
paying Bi?
thing. I mean, really, right now, I'm looking at right now like it's looking bad. Now, I'm not saying to press on the panic button, but the thing is, something's not working. We don't know what it is exactly. if it's the coaching, the philosophy, the game plan, whatever it is, the player personnel, but something is not going too great. And we know about the injuries and stuff, but I think I agree with what Aramis said on the other day. Depending on how Trey does this year, if he's doing very well, basically he's Brandon's replacement, and he would be cheaper. Because the thing is, Brandon is trying to get that max deal, which is what, over, like, similar to Jaylen Brown. Isn't that what he's looking to get?
I mean, one would assume so,
Some,
but it isn't like
something
I
like that.
heard him. I heard him say that, but I mean,
Okay, so
why
right
wouldn't he want
now,
it though?
no matter what happens, do you think Gail Benson should pay him that money?
I don't
Do you
think you
think
can
do you
justify.
think
I don't
Brandon
think
is that type of player? Because I don't feel like what he
a
does
Jalen
is
Brown.
worth that
You don't think
much.
he's a Jalen Brown?
I think Jaylen Brown is better than him.
All right, now see that's why I gotta wholeheartedly disagree with you.
I
But
mean,
I I,
when you look
I
at,
understand.
he's a better defender. Um,
That's it.
he's very,
That's it.
huh?
He's a better defender. That's it. Nothing else.
I think he
He's
hustles
not.
more. I mean,
But
I think he just gets it more. I mean, I
that's
know
not
his
that's not
handle.
a skill, but you know,
I mean, but that he it contributes to winning plays,
it
right?
does. It does.
Yeah, winning plays is huge. Like, sometimes you don't even have to have the skill or talent. Sometimes the small details, that's what contributes to winning plays, and he has that. And that's actually what we need right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could use that, man. Um, Plus, not to mention, just his experience. You know what I'm saying? The guy's been to a lot of had a lot of playoff experience. But yeah, there you go. Sleep. Just ask the question: who else is paying Bi that money realistically? Because I don't see any other team paying him that money either.
Hmm. I mean, I think they got teams out there that will pay him. I mean, look at Minnesota, man. We got a guy like Josh. Was McDaniels? They gave him $150 million, man. So you mean to tell
But
me a player like Bi can't get what is it, 260? I think, or something like that. He won't be able to get exactly what Jalen Brown's got because he's not gonna get that all NBA selection. So we can that
yeah,
unless we
okay.
go
Well, you
on a
said it
hell of a
for
run.
me.
We gotta go on a hell of a run.
And
But
just so everybody's clear, I don't feel like Jaylen Brown should have got that money either. So I don't want y'all
there
to
you go.
think that
I don't think Bi
that's a
should get
lot of money.
three
Yeah,
hundred something million, but you
but
know,
definitely, like,
he's definitely a capable player. Is all I was getting at. But go ahead.
no, I was just saying, like, I don't think either of them are should be paid that much. Obviously, Jaylen Brown is, but Bi, I just don't think, I don't see him making the All NBA. I know he's banking on himself, but I'm not. I mean, he just he's missing he's missing something about his game, and it has nothing to do with his skill. Like, I don't feel like he has those levels or those gears. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I really don't.
I think all he's missing is structure, and the discipline to have a system to play within and bring out what he's best at, or he actually improve on one of his three levels of scoring. We know he's a mid-range assassin. He needs to improve on that three-point shot or improve on finishing around the basket. Seeing him attack more around the basket, maybe last 3, 4 games, that was encouraging. I think Bi does have another level, but that level is going to come with him being able to unlock something coaching wise to where he allows himself to believe in another way of doing things, or being more flexible in the way that he does things, because he's kind of stubborn from watching him, not hearing him, but just watching him on the court. I think in his approach, and he's trying to come around and shoot more threes. They want him to shoot 10 threes a game or nine, and they have these games where he'll shoot 6 or 7, and then he go another game and he shot 2 of them. So it's a work in progress, but I definitely don't think you should pay Bi Jalen Brown money, but I definitely think he can get a max. And you still can't get me to believe that there are 20 other guys in the league that could do what Bi can do. It's just not a lot of guys like that. You know, if it's a situation where we can have him here and play winning basketball, I think the Pels should keep him. Most definitely. But if that's not the case, it'll only be probably because he doesn't want to be here or he just wants the money and go somewhere else. So you ultimately would have to do what you would have to do. I'm still very optimistic, not hopeful. I see the Pels being able to have a productive season, and I think the meat and potatoes of the season is going to be dependent upon what we do in the playoffs, and in the playoffs only.
We
We're
gotta make
going.
the playoffs
We got
first.
to make the playoffs first. Yes, we do.
That means we gotta win games now.
We got to
And
win games now. Yes, we
and
do.
and I
But we
and I
also got to
one
get
thing,
healthy, Lex, and the help
yeah.
that the
Well, the
Pels.
health is definitely coming. It's
It's right
coming.
there. Trey Murphy will be
But
playing within a week or two. We know this, or possibly
well,
at the
we
most
don't have
3 weeks.
two physical therapists. We have one. So it might be December. Okay. I'm just
But
just
shout out to my man Aramis. He said, Bi says he needs consistent structure for coaches to stay on him. So excellent point, Aramis. And that's what you see in watching Bi's game. I don't
yeah,
think
that
he's
boy's had a
uncoachable.
lot of coaches.
But that's the thing. Like consistency is based upon time spent, doing a similar thing. Like if you got all of these different coaches and these different philosophies, we got all these different lineups. We've had a lot of different coaches.
Yeah.
Let's get some consistency. They are struggling. We've seen the Pels go through things like this, bounce back, and we was playing Phoenix, in a season where we probably had one of the worst losing streaks ever. So I did smoke a little bit of hopium tonight, but
Oh Lord.
all ain't to be lost, but you definitely should be pissed and you should be
Oh yeah.
on them. But I don't think that the season is over. The Pels won't be able to turn this around. It's just a matter of playing with a man. I wish I had the
Play
word.
with the edge, yeah.
Oh, there you go. So if the Pels can play with an edge, and actually not keep doing what you're doing. Get
And
away from the
coach with an
get
edge.
away from the dentist alley. I think they definitely
Definitely
could
got
turn
a
this
coach
around.
with one too.
Any closing remarks, Lex, before we go ahead and get out of here?
Yeah, just I only said those things because you asked a question about trades and things. So
Nah,
just
nah, nah.
I
That's
hope you weren't
I
setting
know
me
you.
up and things, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
no,
But
no. I know you want BI to be here, but we're being honest. This is a safe place. This is Pals Therapy. And we talk about any and everything truthfully. So you good.
yeah, can't get too high, can't get too low.
There you go.
But I definitely do not want this team to be a playing team. I'm done with that. It's like we need to be convincingly a playoff team. Um, we're not showing that at the moment. Hopefully, we're not getting too down, digging ourselves too much of a hole where we have to, you know, really dig out of it. Because I think that's my concern. Because right now, a lot of teams in the West are playing some good basketball. I'm seeing some really good basketball games, man. Not named the Pelicans.
Mhm.
So it kind of stinks because it's like, man, why aren't we playing like that? You know what I'm saying? Just upbeat, in rhythm, in the flow of the game, playing the right way, sharing the ball, all that good stuff. Um, I just want the team to do well, to trend upwards. Right now, it's stagnant, which is also downward, but the there's still an upside. There's still an upside. So yeah, well, hey, you right, man. If we keep playing like this, we we can forget the play in. But they're like it's a long season. It's a long season. This is the first 10 games, by the way, if you all didn't know. Um, so y'all I'll say this. Y'all go and check out that flash report. 10 games in the season, what have we learned about the Pels? But yeah, we gotta turn this thing around, DC. Gotta turn it around. Gotta play with the edge.
Definitely do. And with that, I'm gonna ask everybody to please like and subscribe so we can get viewership up and we can spread the message that the Pels need to play with a goddamn edge, as well as continue to give you this excellent Pelicans report that we provide, being the number one independent Pelicans podcast out there. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Great questions, great jokes, great insight tonight. Appreciate the wonderful Lexxah Drew. And until next time, when hopefully we'll be coming back with a win. Go Pels. Peace.
Go Pels. Peace, y'all.